Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here with us. I'm going to ask everybody to stand for the presentation of the colors. Please take your seats. I want to thank the members of the City of Raleigh Honor Guard, David Davis and Justin Wester of the Raleigh Police Department, and James Jones and Tony Todd of the Raleigh Fire Department. I will now officially call to order this meeting of the Raleigh City Council. Welcome to our official swearing-in ceremony. North Carolina General Statute 1, we're getting real formal here. North Carolina General Statute 160A-68 states that elected council members will take their oaths of office no later than the first regular meeting in December following the certification of the results of the election. The boards of election have certified that the following persons have been elected to the Raleigh City Council. Myself as mayor, Jonathan Melton at large, Stormy Fort at large, Mary Black, District A, Megan Patton, District B, Corey Branch, District C, Jane Harrison, District D, Christina Jones, District E. At this time, I would like to invite the designated family members or guests to join the at-large council members on stage. I hope they told you you were doing this. Judge Lucy Inman, if you could come up, and you'll be presenting them the oath of office.
Good evening. Ms. Fort, Mr. Melton, please place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right. And I will recite this oath and just ask you if you, yes or no, agree to this oath. Do you, Jonathan Melton and Stormy Fort, solemnly swear that you will maintain the Constitution and laws of the United States and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina, not inconsistent therewith, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of your office as council member of the City of Raleigh, so help you God? I do. Congratulations.
Do you all want to pose for a photo together? I think I see people taking pictures. So. Thank you. At this time, I invite the designated family or guests to join the district council members on stage. I would like to ask the Honorable Judge Paul Ridgway to come up to administer the oath of office to the district council members.
That's all right. We got it. Yep. So why don't you all, the candidates, step forward to the table here. And does everybody have room? Good. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's certainly my privilege to administer the oath to 5 district council members, 4 of whom are elected for the first time to the Raleigh City Council, and one of whom, Mr. Branch, is an incumbent. As a 55-year resident of Raleigh, this is one of the greatest honors to be able to participate in this wonderful ceremony and look at the great talent we have assembled here on the City Council. So ladies and gentlemen, if you'll place your left hand on the Holy Book Bible and raise your right. Do you, Mary Black, Megan Patton, Corey Branch, Jane Harrison, Christina Jones, solemnly swear or affirm that you will maintain the Constitution and laws of the United States and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina, not inconsistent therewith, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of your office as council member of the City of Raleigh, so help you God?
Yes.
I do.
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. You want pictures?
If you'd all like to come over here to get a group picture, Mary, if you and your family could go over there for a picture as well. Join all of you.
We're doing a picture now?
Okay, great.
Okay, all right.
All right, great. Well, they asked us what we were doing, the whole plan.
It's now my pleasure to call Mayor Mary Ann Baldwin and her special guests and call the Honorable Lucy Inman to administer the oath to the mayor of the City of Raleigh.
My husband even wore a tie tonight. I think it's the first time I've seen that in 3 years, so, whoa.
Yes, left hand on the Bible, raise your right. It is an honor, excuse me, to be here with everyone tonight. Mary Ann Baldwin, do you solemnly swear that you will maintain the Constitution and laws of the United States and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina, not inconsistent therewith, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of your office as mayor of the City of Raleigh, so help you God?
Yes, thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you very much for your service.
going to invite some special guests up. I'm also going to ask our city council members to come up and sign their certificates, if you would. So now we're going to have a little fun. I'd like to have our special guests come up. Come on. Come on, puppies.
We're gonna have a lot of fun then.
After the past 3 years, I thought we all needed some service dog love. Let's welcome the Canine Companions, a nonprofit group that we're supporting this evening. Please feel free to make a donation to support this wonderful organization, which trains service dogs for those in need, helping people lead independent and enhanced lives. So I want to thank you all for being here. Give every puppy a love. I'm going to do that right now. So much. They will be up in the corner for all of you who would like to come and give up. Oh, how can you resist that, right? Give a little puppy love later. So thank you. Thank you for joining. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah. Oh. My puppy's going to be jealous when I get home. Too sweet. I also want to thank Hamilton the pig and pig dad Kyle. Where are you? There you are. It's so good to see you. Thank you for being here tonight and spreading smiles and joy as you always do. It's much appreciated. I'd also like to recognize tonight's music makers. Let's hear it for the Velt. Homegrown in Raleigh, and it's wonderful to have them back again. They performed in 2019. I'd also like to thank Trophy Brewing for their generous donation and the wine feed. So 3 years ago, when we were on this stage, I threw this big idea out and announced the Raleigh Moonshot. The idea was to have 2 historic bonds on the ballot in 2020, one to support housing affordability and the other to support our parks and greenways. As it turned out, voters passed the largest ever housing bond and parks bond in the history of the city. We made it happen, but it took a little longer than we had planned. We had to wait an extra 2 years to put that parks bond on, but it passed with 73% of the vote, and the housing bond with 71%. I just want to thank the voters for really moving our city forward in both areas and thank them for their support. 3 years ago, voters also elected 4 new council members and me as mayor. We all campaigned on an agenda that included housing affordability and choice, expanded transit options, and innovation and economic development. Since that time, despite COVID and racial justice issues, We achieved more in the affordable housing space than any council in Raleigh's history. We have advanced bus rapid transit on New Bern Avenue, provided fare-free bus service, expanded bicycle options, and moved forward on pedestrian safety with our Zero Vision initiative. We've welcomed new and homegrown companies to Raleigh, among them Bandwidth, Pendo, and Gilead Sciences, providing more jobs and opportunities to our residents. And we focused on smart growth as we've seen our city become the third fastest growing city in the country, which is amazing to think about. And for all of that, I am proud. Fast forward 3 years, and once again, we have 4 new council members. We now have, get this, the youngest council in the history of the city. Thanks for making me feel like the old lady. We have the most diverse council in the history of the city. And get this, we have more women on council than in any time during the history of our city. Sorry, guys, got to give a little shout out here to girl power. Sorry. I've had the opportunity to talk with all of our new council members. Yes, there will be a learning curve for our new council, but let me just say this. We're all going to learn from one another, sharing new thoughts, new ideas. And quite frankly, it's exciting. We share common goals and values, and here's what you can expect us to work toward accomplishing over the next term. First, we will build on the policy changes we've made and find ways to incentivize the construction of more housing choices. Last year, 3 years ago, Councilmember Melton and I were laughing. The big issue we were facing was accessory dwelling units and scooters. Look at where we are now. We're going to focus on these affordable housing choices because this is the future of our city. It's paramount that we do this so our children can stay here, so our aging parents can live here. This is critical. With the support of bond dollars and our 1 cent dedicated property tax, we'll continue to partner with nonprofits such as CASA and Healing Transitions like we did this past year to ensure that more housing is built. Tomorrow at our council meeting, I'm also going to ask our members to approve a task force headed by Councilmember Stormy Fort to work on urgent ways to address our issues related to homelessness. And I'll ask that we move forward with an Urban Land Institute study to provide guidance and planning on housing affordability. We want to be leaders in this space and understand best practices from around the globe. We are having conversations with both of these issues with the county. They are the lead agency on housing affordability. We partner with them, and they have been enthusiastic about these 2 options. You can't talk about housing without talking about transit. Expanded transit and affordability are all tied together. Our goal is to build more housing on transit corridors, creating walkable, mixed-use communities. This is not only healthier, but it will help us address climate change. We'll focus on the continued build-out of BRT and regional commuter rail. This has to be a top priority. And speaking of climate change, we'll continue to focus on tree preservation, solar installations, and making the shift to electric vehicles and buses. We also have experts in the area of climate change on our council once again, and I've asked Jane Harrison to lead this effort for us by chairing the Growth and Natural Resources Committee. Gun violence. Gun violence continues to be a challenge throughout our country. We unfortunately experienced this firsthand on October 13th, a date that I will never forget, when 5 people were murdered in Hedingham. We can't sit by idly and let this happen again. We have held our first gun buyback program. We're working with the State Department of Public Safety on an educational safe storage initiative. Our chief has instituted data-driven policing, and we're working with the NAACP on an interceptor program designed to prevent gun violence in our communities. Equity and inclusion remains high on our list of priorities. During the last terms, we created an Office of Equity and Inclusion, an Office of Community Engagement, and the Commission on Hispanic and Immigrant Affairs. We'll have a disparity study coming before us soon, where we can look at ways to better support small and minority-owned businesses. We'll be hearing from our Community Engagement Task Force on ways we can enhance engagement with residents throughout the city. And we'll be working with our Communications Department to build on that effort. Parks. During COVID, we realized that parks were more than pretty green spaces. They were our salvation. We'll now begin work on 20 new parks and renovations in the upcoming 5 years, along with expansion of our Greenway network. And we've kicked off the Gibson Play Plaza at Dix Park, which will demonstrate the dream we have of building one of the most exciting parks in the country. And finally, we need to continue to support our small businesses, our entrepreneurial community, and innovation. We're conducting an economic development study of Fayetteville Street with the Downtown Raleigh Alliance. We've looked at ways to use public spaces to enhance downtown, and we established a new social district. We need to expand our efforts to include entrepreneurs of color and women, and to serve as a front door to members of our business community. That's the responsibility, the latter, of our new department focused on strategy and innovation. We have to look at ways to create partnerships to make us a better city, and we also have to tell our story. You exhausted yet? We just have a few things out there that we have to accomplish, right? But you know what? We aimed high 3 years ago with our moonshot. Little did we know the challenges we would face, but we persisted and we prevailed. The past 3 years have taught me one thing, that together we can and must aim high. So I can't resist the moonshot analogy, but tonight, everyone, we sit on the launch pad again. All y'all, let's buckle up those seatbelts, because the rocket ship is ready for takeoff. The fun starts tomorrow at the first meeting of this new council. I look forward to all of us working together to serve our great city. I look forward to all of us working together to ensure that our shared values and goals become reality. And I look forward to all the great ideas that you will bring forward to ensure that our city remains a great city, a place where people want to be. Thank you all for being here tonight. It is much appreciated. Please grab something to eat and drink. We're going to get our picture taken on the stage, and then we're going to come out and mix and mingle. And don't forget about Hammy and the service dogs. Thank you, everyone.